Hey, what up? I'm showing you guys how to make a New York strip steak tonight, right now. I suck at fucking intros.
So this is the first step, and it's a pretty important step. You're gonna pat down your meat dry on both sides. And the reason for this is so when you put it in your cast iron pan, it doesn't steam. So what happens when it steams is it kind of gets that gray like look to it and doesn't get a nice crust, which is what you want. So that the reason for that is because like it's wet, so it steams. Like the wetness on the steak steams, so you get that weird gray kind of nasty look instead of that nice like crust on a steak that you should have. For ingredients, we got obviously the New York strip steak. I got this on sale at Kroger with like an employee discount from my buddy. I use his number because he used to work there. Shout out to Will Miller. But yeah, so I got 3 steaks for 14 bucks, so it's like $4 and some change per steak. So it's pretty inexpensive as far as steak go. Yeah, so you got the New York strip. And I got rosemary and thyme, garlic, black pepper and kosher salt, and then butter, and then oil. But you don't really need oil because I just put a dab in the pan and then I add the butter. So yeah.
Yep. This is pepper. So with this pepper, you want to turn and then you crack it like that. The engineer's been working on this product for years, so I'm glad we finally got it.
Once your pan's steaming hot, like this one is, you just add a little bit of oil just to kind of cover all of the pan surface area. And then you're gonna add in your butter. And this is a good indicator if your pan's hot enough or not. If the butter starts melting immediately, then you got a hot pan. So that's nice and hot, clearly. So you're gonna let that melt all around the pan. And then I'll show you what to do from there. So next step is just to put your steak in. And then you're gonna put it right in that butter. Nice sizzle, so you get that good crust. And then you're gonna add your thyme and rosemary seasoning in there too. I let it cook for a little bit just to get the flavor out in the butter, as well as my garlic. And I like to cut my garlic cloves in half so more of the flavor can come out when it's cooking inside the butter, like so. And then, honestly, after like maybe 30 seconds or so, I put the rosemary and thyme on top. So I'll just do that now. Right on top there. Then I like to put a couple of garlic cloves on there as well, just so that it gets more flavor, you know. All right, and I'll let that cook for a little bit, and then I'll start to baste, and I'll show you that. All right, for basting, all you're gonna do is tilt your pot, get a spoon, and then with the butter, just start pouring it on your steak. This helps with flavor, and I honestly think it helps it cook a little bit, because I'm not too sure, but if you're putting like burning hot butter on meat, I think it's gonna help. I think it's gonna cook it a little bit. So yeah, but it's also really good for flavor and to make it like juicy and flavorful. So yeah, do that for a couple minutes, then we'll flip it and do this to the other side, and then we'll be good. All right, so when you flip it, I take off the stuff that was on top and then flip it and then put it back on. And then that's a nice crust right there. That's perfect. That could have used a little more, but it's all right. But that's a nice crust right there. Then I'll put the stuff back on top, cook for a little, and then I'll baste this side like I did the first side. And then
You get that, a nice pink steak. If you like your steak well done. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, this shit is so good. Like, this shit is so juicy and buttery. And like, there's so much flavor in it from like the fat, because there's like a lot of fat on it. So it makes so much flavor with the butter.